I'm pleased to have the opportunity today to introduce a resident of my home state of New Hampshire, Ken Burns. Probably you really don't need this introduction if you've ever watched television or a documentary. Ken Burns has built quite the impressive resume through over 30 years of work as a documentary filmmaker. The topics of his documentaries range from Thomas Jefferson, my personal hero, to the Civil War, to World War II, and even a history of the Congress. Of course, these are just a few. The honors and awards that have been bestowed upon Ken's work include 2 Oscar nominations, the Peabody Award, and 7 Emmy Awards, and my staff member pointed out that that's 7 more than I ever received. The full list of his awards is certainly much longer than this, but I think based on these examples, we can all get a sense of how truly accomplished Ken really is. And I would like to add, Ken, that you were the one who managed to get every generation of my family sitting together interested in the same show at the same time. So I thank you for that. So in the interest of keeping this very brief, I'll just conclude by welcoming you, thank you for coming, and saying how happy I am to see you here today testifying on such an important issue.
Good morning. Thank you, Madam Chairwoman and distinguished members of the subcommittee, Ms. Shea Porter, thank you. It is an honor for me to appear before you today, and I'm grateful that you have given me this opportunity to express my thoughts on the programs of the National Endowment for the Arts and the National Endowment for the Humanities. Let me begin by saying that I'm a passionate supporter of the endowments and their unique role in fostering creativity and scholarship and the transmission of the best of our diverse culture to future generations. In my view, anything that threatens the endowments weakens our country. While they have nothing to do with the actual defense of our nation, I know that, they just help to make our country worth defending. Few institutions provide such a direct grassroots way for our citizens to participate in the shared glories of their common past, in the power of the priceless ideals that have animated our remarkable republic and our national life for more than 200 years, and in the inspirational life of the mind and the heart that an engagement with the arts and humanities always provides. For all of my life, I have been a student of our nation's diverse, fascinating history and rich cultural legacy. I have been foremost a filmmaker, but I also think of myself as an amateur historian, amateur in the classic 19th century sense, that is, one who engages in the study of a subject out of a deep and abiding love and the desire to share that knowledge with as many of his fellow citizens as possible. And for more than 30 years, I have been producing historical documentary films that shed light on facets of that subject I love so dearly. These films range from the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge and the Statue of Liberty to the turbulent life of the Southern demagogue Huey Long. From the serene simplicity of Shaker architecture to the jubilation and spontaneity of jazz, from the sublime pleasures and unexpected lessons of our national pastime to the terrible watershed experiences of our Civil War and World War II. Over this time, I have been able to realize my dream of sharing the American experience, what I have found so compelling and enduring about our epic American story. Throughout my professional life, I have been fortunate to work closely with both the National Endowment for the Humanities and the National Endowment for the Arts. Nearly all of my films have been produced with the support and encouragement of the National Endowment for the Humanities, either at the state or national level. On other occasions, I have enjoyed support from the National Endowment for the Arts. I first received an NEH grant in 1979 as I embarked on my first project for public television, a film about the construction of the Brooklyn Bridge. The application process was not unlike the building of that bridge, complex, demanding, and time-consuming. But at this very early stage of my development as a filmmaker, the experience of competing successfully for an NEH grant helped me set high standards of excellence in filmmaking, writing, scholarship, even budgeting. Throughout, we were encouraged and challenged to maintain and strengthen our commitment to the inclusion of all communities who have contributed to this great nation. Over the years, I would apply many times to NEH for support on a variety of projects. Working with NEH staff and humanities scholars ensured that my project stayed true to rigorous intellectual standards and reached a broad, receptive national audience of Americans. This interaction has been a powerful influence on my own work, even when my applications have not been successful. On the few occasions in my professional life when I did not enjoy endowment support, I tried, with decidedly mixed results, to duplicate the arduous but honorable discipline the NEH imposes on every project that comes its way, simply because I thought it would make my films better. Without a doubt, my work would not have been possible without the endowments. My series on the Civil War, for instance, could not have been made without early and substantial support from NEH. The NEH provided one of the project's largest grants, thereby attracting a host of other funders. Many applicants find that grants from NEH or NEH are a kind of seal of approval that signify excellence. This coveted imprimatur helped me to convince private foundations, corporations, and other public funders that my films were worthy of their support. NEH oversight and involvement helped me in every aspect of the production, and through unrelated grants to other institutions, they helped restore the archival photographs we would use to tell our histories. Much of the seminal research our scholars provided also came from NEH-supported projects, and NEH's interest in our progress ensured at critical junctures that we did not stray into myth or hagiography. I am extremely grateful for all those things. The endowments were a tremendous help to my work, and their recent initiatives continue to provide crucial support where it is most needed, in the preservation of Americans' cultural legacy. I'm especially impressed with the work of both endowments in helping teachers bring Shakespeare, jazz, and American history to life in the classrooms. NEA Chairman Dana Gioia and NEH Chairman Bruce Cole have each brought new vigor to the missions of their respective agencies. Chairman Goya, a poet, has developed popular programs that engage hundreds of thousands of high school students in the recitation of poetry and the pleasure and power of great language spoken well. The NEA is bringing literature back into public discourse through the Big Read, introducing hundreds of thousands of students to their first live performances of a Shakespeare play, and giving our military veterans a voice to write their own stories through Operation Homecoming. Thank you.